Okay, you are looking at Alley West Street. A little different today because we have it during the daytime. We are going to look at some of Unity's built-in features to do cutscenes and cinematics and vignettes and all that sort of stuff. Why do we want to do that? Well, those built-in features and some of those tools are great ways which games have used for years to help navigate, help direct a character or direct a player through your game, through your level, through your scenario. It's a great way to give the player or the trainee information on the fly during their in-volume experience. We can kind of explain where they need to go, explain what they need to do, or just give a little more feature explanation to it. So we're going to do that today with just cameras. We're going to have Unity's cameras activate, deactivate, play animation, all that stuff based off of a player enter trigger. So when the player enters a trigger, it will turn the camera on. The camera will immediately play its animation, and then when it's done, the player is free to move around again. Because when we do this, we're going to have the camera take over. So the camera is in control and we stop moving. So let's see, I'll show you where I've got triggers set in this scene. Where are they? Okay. Trigger, 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 trigger. All right. So we've got some triggers in the scene. You can see them there. I'll turn on their mesh renderer so we can see them a little better. What will happen is when we hit this first trigger here, it will initiate our startup camera. That camera will be up at the start right here, and it'll kind of come down, kind of pan down until it is at your starting position, and then you can move forward. There are many ways to set up an intro camera. We're going to use trigger. This trigger could encompass the length of the volume. It could be starting position 1. It really doesn't matter as long as it is collided with upon start, your camera will go. Once that pan from down above ends, first person player is able to move. When they move, they will eventually hit this trigger, which will give you a kind of a pan down the street to see where you're headed, until finally reaching that end trigger, which is just a pan away from the street. But basically just trying to quick test what can you do with triggers and what can you do with cameras in the same kind of scenes that we're already making. So I'm going to turn these mesh renderers off, and I'm going to deselect these triggers, and let's hit play and see what happens. Alrighty, there's our intro camera. Our characters are doing their thing. We pan down. And now I'm in control. So I'm in control. I can walk around. I can look. I hit another trigger. And this is my trigger that's taking me down the street, showing me what I can see. See, there's no triggers in through here, so I'm just free roaming right at the moment. Roaming around. Now, I know there's a trigger right about those cones. So everything's going normal, everything's fine. I can turn around, I can see the people doing their thing. I want to walk till I hit that trigger. And there is my end animation. And there you go. So that is triggers handling cameras in Unity. So we could use these in any of our levels, and that'd be pretty cool.